This is a segment from The Annex, an academic sociology themed podcast. For more, visit us on the web at theannexpodcast.com. So just to explain what's going on right now is we had an episode planned and it was a technological nightmare that couldn't come to fruition. And so I sent out the bat signal to Clayton asking if he could jump in. Thank you so much for coming in, Clayton.
No problem. And if we're really being honest, Netta had to be somewhere, and I tend to not do much. So I am the replacement of the replacement.
First of all, let's stop for a second and give you some congratulations, sir, on your book award.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I was really excited. Netta would say that in my most shallow moments when starting this project, I would shamefully admit to her that one day I want to win that culture section book award. I was like, so that happened basically makes me feel like the universe doesn't ever owe me anything ever again.
I mean, that's totally awesome, but it was also totally deserved. I really enjoyed your book. First of all, you want to just give, for people who didn't hear you when you first came on the show, haven't heard of your work, you want to just say briefly what your book's about? Give it a promo?
Yeah, so the book is following a novel, a work of fiction, through its authoring process, then through its publication. I did an ethnography of the publishing house, and then into 21 book groups across the United States.
Nice.
So really working at the intersection of sociology of culture, organizational sociology, and economic sociology, studying how people make meaning and make sense of a cultural object as it transitions across all these three fields.
Yeah, it was a great book. And you know what? There was a lot of insight, for us nonfiction writers as well. I thought that, I thought it was a great read.
Yeah, I think studying how people write, it didn't make writing any easier. Writing, even when writing is going well, it sucks. But
Yeah.
having interviewed a bunch of authors, I never felt alone in my pain and agony. I knew that they were common, which actually makes it dampens the blow a little bit.
That's awesome. It's true. It's weird. Writing is simultaneously something that I hate and love to do.
Yeah. I always say that I love nothing more in the world than having written,
Yeah.
but the actual writing is just awful.
Yeah, totally. Did I ever tell you there was, I'm sure, no, I know I haven't told you. I think I haven't told anybody, but there was a period when I was writing my book where I was just really frustrated by the process.
Yeah.
And so I went and I saw a sports psychologist. Okay. No, for
Yeah.
real. And I
Yeah.
was like, imagine I'm a pitcher who wants to be in the zone, right?
Yeah.
And I said, well, as a writer, sometimes I'm writing and things are when writing goes well and it's flying out of you, there's no better feeling on earth.
Yeah.
Right? Like when writing's going well, it feels incredible.
Yeah.
But it's so painful when it goes poorly. And I was just in a rut and, my book wasn't getting done. And I was like, okay, imagine I'm a pitcher who's doing badly. What would you recommend that I do? And he was a cool dude. He recommended a book by this guy. I think it was Csikszentmihalyi was his name.
Okay.
And it was called Flow. And basically the idea is if you were a pitcher, then he said, what he would recommend is forget about the game, forget about the score, forget about the batter. Just enjoy the motions of throwing the pitch and focus on just placing the pitch and mastering the throw. One throw at a time.
And did that work?
Well, I did kind of enjoy it because what I got from it was I should just enjoy sitting down and thinking about things and putting my thoughts on paper and not get worried about the fact that the book wasn't done or I didn't know what to do with chapter 4 or you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
But just sit down and enjoy it. And when I started doing that, it went a lot better. And eventually I did finish the book. So.
Yeah. One of the things that I did, I would say probably 40% of my book was written in email windows, and I was posting on message boards a lot of the time. So I would just go to dumb message boards I posted on and write paragraphs of the book in a message board and then cut and paste them back into my Word document.
Amazing.
Just that small cognitive shift of these are places I do dumb low stakes writing.
Yeah.
And I would just write it in there and then cut and paste back into the book, and it totally worked in this bizarre way.
I totally believe that. One is I'm always moved to write when I'm arguing against somebody, like in an email, or I'm like want to
Yeah,
tell somebody I can hammer out 500 words in my sleep like that.
yeah, totally.
But Philip Cohen from Maryland also talks about like blogging a book.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, absolutely.
do you know anybody who's done that?
No, I mean Phil's probably blogged a few books by this point, right?
Yeah, yeah. Blogged an encyclopedia said.
Exactly.
For more, visit us on the web, theannexpodcast.com.